thing. I find it a bit strange that we are talking for a long time about resolutions, but we haven't talked about the whole resolution itself. And now, without any discussion, we will vote on the resolution itself. I don't think that this is the adequate procedure. But if you want to do it, then okay. And I just want to mention that I'm completely opposed to this resolution and that it is based on false premises. For instance, that the probably good candidates who are applying for this position are doing damage to it by just applying to it, which I find absurd. And I also would like to mention that in view of the provost search, it would, as we just stated before, it would have been helpful. It would be helpful if we had a president prior to that, not an interim president. But it seems this body is so intense on criticizing everything with what the BOV is doing that they even do not want to have a discussion about this whether this resolution is adequate or not. They are only discussing about whether there would be the governor in the resolution or whether some things are not sharp enough.
We've already voted to close discussion though, so the discussion during that time when we were discussing edits, like that was the time to.
Yeah, but it was only discussion about the edit. We never discussed the resolution.
Anyone could have raised their hand and discussed the resolution at that time, though. That's the process. And so anyone could have raised their hand. And the fact that people were discussing edits implies their feelings about the resolution. That's basically what their edits suggest.
I always expected there would be a point when we started discussing the resolution itself and not some secondary amendments.
I'm sorry that you did not understand the process on that.
I actually agree with my colleague. I feel, I was waiting to also bring up some questions related to the result. And, I think some of these decisions are made quickly. And then, part of the issue is that we're running out of time, right? So these are really very big statements that we're making. And I think it's a mistake to not allow for additional discussion.
So there is a process. The process is that we can, someone can move to table, someone can move to defer, someone can move for an online vote. Those are all, I don't know if Brian, if you have another suggestion, but those are all processes.
I would say that the vote to close debate gave you the will of the Senate on the need for further debate.
Yeah.
That is what a vote to close is.